Hey, so what happens when a seller or an agent says no to you? What do you do when you get hung up on or they say, no, that's not a good deal for my client? Well, come over here to the whiteboard. Let's talk about the deal structure. Typically, you as a real estate investor are going to be reaching out to agents who are representing a seller who are trying to sell a house. Now, if I'm trying to do Subto or seller finance deals, I'm going to be looking for these types of sellers and these types of opportunities on something called Deal Sauce. We use a software called Deal Sauce. In Deal Sauce, we've got a training down below on how you can find these opportunities. GetSaucyDeals.com is where you can get Deal Sauce. The training down below on how to pull these lists is down in the description as well. What we're typically doing is we're looking for long days on market with sellers who have a low interest rate, like 5% or less. Our average interest rate we're looking for is like 4%, 3.5%, something along those lines. So this would be you, real estate investor, we would be reaching out to real estate agents and asking them, hey, would your seller be open to doing creative finance? Would your seller be open to doing Subto or seller finance? It looks like the house is not moving on the market. We'd love to give you an offer that's maybe a little bit out of left field. What do you think? Well, if you guys want to hear more of these calls, I have a training down below where I make 30 of these calls in 1 week, back to back to back to back to back to back to back. You'll hear the full call and a breakdown. Link in the description down below. It's called Heroes of the Hustle, where I talk to agents and I pitch creative terms to these agents that are representing these sellers. Okay, great. Now, what happens when the agent says, no, Subto is not a good fit for my client? No, seller finance is not a good fit for my client. Do I just end the call right here and I go, dang it, that's a dead opportunity. That sucks. No, it's quite the opposite, actually. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about what are all the ways that you can make money with an agent even when they say no. Okay, no just means ask me another question. Ask me another way to make money. And you will see in these 30 calls, link in the description down below, you will see how many ways I navigate and I pivot to make money with these agents. So let's talk about a couple of different ways we can make money with agents. Number one, we can submit a cash offer. Now, my calculation, this is not very scientific, but it's just kind of a guesstimate. I'd say about 3 to 7% of the offers that we send out, so we send out 100 offers, maybe 3 to 7% of them even would be willing to look at the cash offer because we're offering like 50 cents on the dollar on these particular offers, okay? Now, very, very rarely do you get these types of deals, maybe 3% of the time. Two, Subto, especially right now, I'd say from 2020 to 2025 and going into 2026, Subto has been and will continue to be the more dominant way to get your hands on a deal. Cash is way harder. Why? Because you're asking the seller, any seller for that matter, I need you to sell your house to me 50 cents on the dollar so I can buy it deep enough to go get a hard money loan to go and flip this house and put it on the retail market. Flipping a house requires you to buy a house at a very low price. And so cash offers just don't work as much as they used to back in 2018 through 2023, okay? Subto, dominant right now, killing it, killing the game. A lot of ways you're gonna buy Subto deals, okay? 3, seller finance deals. What's another way I can make money with agents? 4, this is an interesting one. I can actually partner with the seller on the deal. So let's say that this seller has a house that's falling apart and they're like, no, we just need to stay in this house long enough, but we need a higher price and the house is kind of falling apart. I could come along, renovate their house for them, and then put it back on the market, and we could essentially partner on that lift that we create in terms of value. That would also be called a novation agreement. Okay, that's a great way to make a little bit of money. That's like 1% of 1% of the time. Novation agreements are very rare. There are people that teach novation agreements. I teach novation agreements, and here's how I teach novation agreements. Don't do novation agreements, do agreements for sale. It's a creative finance strategy. It does way better than novations. If you're a Subto member, go into the novation training inside of the Subto community. All right, number 5, what's another way I can make money here? Well, I can go to this agent and say, hey agent, it sounds like this deal's not gonna work. Seller won't do cash, seller won't do creative finance, seller doesn't wanna do a partnership, seller is in a bad situation, they wanna sell, but none of these options work. Okay, great. What is another way I can make money with this agent and this seller? Well, I have a really great call. It's actually tied up in these 30 calls. It's with a seller named Joy and an agent named Devonte, where we had the seller was in foreclosure. The agent was worried about losing the listing and losing the house to foreclosure. So what we did is we actually gave a loan to the seller, caught up their payments, got them a car, got them back on their feet, and extended the time that the agent had to list the property. This is called Gator 4.0. Okay. It's a Gator strategy, lending money to the agent and the seller Also, we call this lend and list, okay? Deep training on that inside the Subto and Gator communities on how to do that, paperwork, all that kind of stuff. But we loaned $44,000 to the seller, caught up their arrears, got them more time to sell the property. The agent was able to sell the house on the retail market, and we made $18,000. My Gator, who brought the $44,000, made $3,000 in like a week, which was pretty awesome. Now, what's another way? Let's say that there is none of these opportunities. Do I just say, sorry, agent, there's no way for us to make money together? No! How about other houses? This is actually the funniest thing. When we call about a house, we talk to the agent about the 5 options regarding the house that we're calling about, but I would say that these 5 options right here are less likely to happen on the call we're talking about than they are on the other houses the agent knows about or is represented. Okay, really interesting. We called an agent in last month's challenge, but I ended up doing my first deal with this agent, not about the house that we called about, but I asked, hey, do you have any other houses? Madison said no, and I said, well, can I teach you about creative finance? She literally came right here in this office, sat down at one of these desks. I taught her how to go find Subto deals, and then she brought me a Subto deal literally the next day from another agent. Okay, so other houses is another extremely successful way to get deals from real estate agents. Okay, another one, 7. This one's really fun. Hard money loans, okay? I did a deal in October of last year. We made $151,000 with a seller named, that we got in trouble for because somebody on our YouTube channel wrote a letter to the seller and was like, Pace is putting your address. Well, I own the house, sucker. Why are you writing a letter to him? Anyway, welcome to YouTube. So we did a hard money loan, saved this guy from foreclosure. And now here's the interesting part of this video. We have somebody that's currently participating in our current, right now, No One Left Behind challenge that has a question for me talking about hard money loans. What's the question that the agent, or you and the agent that you're currently working with? The house is not an opportunity. Cash, Subto, seller finance, novation agreement is not an opportunity. Giving the seller a loan is not an opportunity. So already the top 5 opportunities are gone. You then ask the agent what kind of question, and what did the agent then return back with an answer?
Ask the agent, do you have any other properties that might fit what I'm offering you? She goes, no. I have a friend though that needs a hard money loan for a project, for a commercial project. Do you have anybody that does hard money loans? I said, absolutely, yes. Then I talk to Pace, find out what I need to do next.
I've made a lot of money from agents because they're representing fix and flippers, they're representing developers, they're representing all sorts of people that need access to capital. And so here we are, somebody in the No One Left Behind challenge has talked to an agent. This is what he's talking about. He talked to an agent during this current challenge we're in the middle of right now, and pitched item 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then number 6. The answer was no on all 6. But then he told the agent, hey, just so you know, we also do hard money loans. If you have any clients that need access to capital, new ground up construction, whatever it may be, we can do those types of loans. Now, if you guys are out there in YouTube audience saying, where can I get access to those loans? money@pacemorby.com. I will fund any deal you guys have. EMD, double close, new ground up construction, RV parks, mobile home parks, whatever it is, money@pacemorby.com will help you out. Now, on the hard money loan side, let's say I'm brand new. Okay, let's say I'm brand new. Guys, this is like the easiest way to make money. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, it's hard to even fathom that everybody's not doing this exact thing. It's one of those things that, like, once I knew it, I'm like, why is not everybody doing this? It's so simple. Here's what we would do. We would call the client today. In fact, we should call the client. I don't know how we should tie this up. Maybe we do a part 2 of this video. Can we talk to the agent today? Can I talk to the agent today? Can I talk to her about commercial lending needs and maybe even get on the phone with our client about what kind of loans they need?
Possibly, yes.
Okay, I would try and set that up today. Okay, text her, say, hey, would you like to talk to my partner about what kind of access to loans and capital we have? Would love to chat with you, okay? If we can set it up, great. Now, here's what I would do. The person who sends you the opportunity, so this agent has another client down here that's doing commercial stuff, okay? Well, guess what I have? One of the things that I teach inside of the Gator community is how to white label commercial lenders. And so do I need to be a commercial lender? No. I go to a commercial lender and I say, hey, I've got a deal. If you guys fund this deal, can I get paid a point or 2 points for bringing this opportunity to you? Guys, these are $1 million, $2 million, $3 million loans, and a point or 2 points on that is $30,000 to $60,000 for bringing that deal to the table. It's a significant amount of money just by bringing those deals to the table, and you're not even the lender. You're just white labeling, which means I'm saying I'm the lender, but I'm really bringing that opportunity to the lender that I've rounded up. Now, do I have commercial lenders that I can give you? Yes, but I give those to my Gator community, and I teach them how to white label these types of opportunities so that anytime somebody needs access to capital, you yourself do not have to have access to capital from your own pocket. You just need to have access to capital of other people's, OPM. And so I bring my Gator community OPM so they can white label it and act as if it is their money, because they are the ones that have the lock and the key to that lock to unlock that capital. So that's what I would do. Somebody needs a hard money loan, not a freaking problem. Now, what's another way that I can make money with an agent? Okay, one of my favorite ways to make money with an agent is when I'm on the phone with the agent, I ask the agent, what are other ways that you are making money as an agent? How are you getting your listings? Now, most agent will tell you, they'll say, well, I work primarily off referral, which means they're selling 2 houses a year. Other agents that are gangsters are like, well, I have a team of people that are making calls for me. They're making calls on expired listings. They're calling FSBOs. They're calling FURBOs. They're calling my sphere of influence. And I've got a team of people that are calling all day, every day. I tell them, hey, if you let my team call on your list, I will work on expired listings primarily, and I will go get Subto and seller finance deals where sellers do not want to relist their house. And if we get that list from you and we collaborate, we can make money together, okay? That's another way we can make money together, which is awesome. Another way, which is tremendous, this is like 90% of the time the agent will say yes to this, is I will ask the agent, do you have non-traditional buyers? Okay, what does that mean? A non-traditional buyer is somebody who can't qualify for a mortgage. Guess who that is? Me. Why can't I qualify for a mortgage? Well, because I file 0 on my taxes. I haven't paid federal income taxes in over 7 years. Why? Because I buy real estate and I use depreciation. So when I go to a bank, I have to get these special bank products that don't work for me and my family. So the only way for me as a non-traditional buyer to buy a piece of real estate is through seller finance or Subto. Well, guess what? Pace and my team, we have deals right now on nobankloanhomes.com that we can sell to these agents' non-traditional buyers. What's typically happening is in these agents' mind, they're sitting there going, man, these people, they're not qualified, they're not this, they're not, I'm not gonna go show them houses. And so they discount these buyers that are in their database. And they're missing out on opportunities not only to help and serve those families that are business owners, but they're missing the opportunity of making money. You guys will see a little clip. Hey, there's a little clip from yesterday's No One Left Behind challenge that I want to insert here that you can show. It was my last call of the day yesterday where I asked the agent, I said, do you have non-traditional buyers that we could move into the house and I'll pay you 10 grand for bringing a buyer to the table? And the agent's like, are you kidding me? I got those all day long. We'll put a little clip in here so you guys can see that.
That's awesome. So agent has posted this question several times. And I love a persistent person. Question to all of you: if you only had 2 weeks to make 10 grand, how would you do it?
Easy. I got an answer right now. I would go to nobankloanhomes.com and I would take those houses, which are 15 of them, and I would call agents in Maricopa County and I'd say, hey, do you have buyers that want non-traditional financing? And I would just pair our deals with those agents in Maricopa County and we'll pay you a $10,000 fee. And you could do it in one day. Everybody that watched live, could you see how that could be done in less than 3 hours? Yeah. It's not even a week. It's literally 3-4 hours and then some paperwork and you make 10,000 bucks.
But I love it, Pace. You get very specific guidance. Go to this website, go reach out to real estate agents in Maricopa County and see if they have people that want to buy these deals. And if you do, we'll pay you $10,000.
What's the name of the website?
You will pay him $10,000, right, Pace?
I'll pay him $11,000. Or here's what I'll do. I'll give you $10,000 plus make sure you have an iPhone in your hand so you can get rid of that Android, that dusty Android you got. Ingrid and my business, we are selling seller finance and Subto deals in Maricopa County. You guys go find a non-traditional buyer, somebody who can't qualify for a bank loan. We will finance them, get that family into a house. We already have the house. We already have the money. You bring us a buyer. How do you find the buyer? Call real estate agents and say, do you have any buyers that can't qualify for a bank loan? Team, did you guys hear us make those calls today? What did every single agent say when we asked that question? They said, are you kidding me? Yes, absolutely. Give me the website. So the money is right there in front of you. By the way, we've got even more ways to make money with agents, but there you go. Even when an agent says no to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 you still have 9. If they say no to all these other things, you have other ways. Agents are freaking awesome. In fact, I asked that same agent, Matt, yesterday. I said, hey, do you ever want to get into fixing and flip? And the agent says, yes. I go, if you find a fix and flip, why don't you and I partner? I'll fund it, I'll run it, I'll manage it, I'll let you list the flip. Do you find houses that are in disrepair that you can't list on the market? And they go, yeah. So can I also partner with the freaking agent? Partner with the agent, okay? Craziest things on planet Earth. Oh my gosh, I did a deal just literally a couple of weeks ago along these lines. I call Bill, maybe we can put an insert here. I don't know how long this video could be. We got so many examples. But I call Bill. Were you in the room when I called Bill, the empty lot? Yep. Okay, what happened on that?
So, which?
Bill, the guy that I called the empty lot, I said, hey, I'm Pace calling about the house.
You had the list and you said you only have the address, and you said, I'm calling about this house. He was confused for a second and then laughed at you and said, there's no house there, it's just an empty lot.
Put that clip in here, right here. Hey, I've got a buyer coming down from Alaska, trying to buy, they own a restaurant, so they can't qualify for like a traditional mortgage. They claim 0 on their taxes. Your property on Cave Creek, the Cave Creek property, would your sellers entertain a seller finance deal?
So that's raw land.
Oh, interesting.
So you're talking about the one on?
Yeah.
So the problem is there's like 3 lots that have that same address.
Okay.
The APN number on this lot is raw land.
Got it. I think that's what my team got mixed up. Okay, probably a different buyer than my Alaska buyers, but let's say if I go to my buyers list for people that are looking for Cave Creek, would your sellers do like a seller carry while they do their build?
So just so you know, my wife is the agent. I'm a partner, but I'm not a principal on this land. I'm a partner with the guy, Greg, who actually owns the land, his company.
Got it.
We have a business together. So my wife had just given me the number because he doesn't really know real estate and I do. And so I've been helping him with him. But to answer your question is, yes, I can get him on the phone. If there's a down payment and they were interested in an owner carry, Greg would entertain. You know, we would pretty much be open to most anything that would make sense for everybody.
Okay, cool.
So that is possible, yeah.
If you were going to invest in that lot, let's say to do it like a spec, what would you do on that lot? Have you thought about that?
I mean, Greg and I were thinking about it, but we got so involved in this Walmart business of ours that that's even why we listed him, because he's had him for like a year.
What are you doing with Walmart, brother? Because this clip is so amazing because we went on to then meet with Bill, the agent, and we actually ended up getting involved in his Walmart contracting business, and we're gonna make $200,000 on a non-real estate transaction by calling an agent who said, no, there's no house on that lot, it's a piece of dirt. It doesn't matter when the agent says no, it just means navigate to one of the other many, many options to make money with an agent. Remember, guys, one of the most important things I could ever tell you is that we are not calling this agent about this house. This house is the excuse of why we're calling this agent, so the agent's not caught off guard, and then the second they say no, we can then open up all the other opportunities to make money with that agent. It is endless amounts of money to make money with agents. You just got to learn all the creative strategies. Subto is just one of them. Seller finance is just one of them. Lease options are one of them. Wraps, novations, cash deals are just one of them. Gator deals are just one of them. Partnering with them are just one of them. Guys, it's endless cavalcade of money that you can make in working with agents. Today, we were doing the No One Left Behind Challenge. How fun was yesterday, by the way? Insane. Yeah. Insane. If you guys want to watch day one, a replay of day number 1, No One Left Behind Challenge, me, Jamil, and Ingrid breaking this down, we'll put a link to the replay down below. Love you guys, appreciate you. Give us a little bit of love down in the comments if you guys learned something today. Man, I could break this all down for so much longer, but nobody watches YouTube videos for longer than 7 minutes nowadays, and I'm already at 37 minutes on this video. So guys, share this with a friend, share it with your mom. Tell her she can make money with agents too. Anybody can do this business. We'll see you guys in the next video.